Hey, so here's your 89 Sabers Luke V2 installed with a Proffie board V2.2, as well as a crystal chamber chassis and Graflex clamp shine through. So to access the board, you unscrew the booster, so pretty much everything below the clamp section. Just unscrew that. That reveals your crystal chamber, and the saber is currently on in standby mode, so let me just flip it off. So over here you have your nylon printed crystal chamber insert with a quartz crystal over there. It's got a neopixel accent in there to shine into the crystal. Got a kill switch up here. Currently it's in the off position to the left. If you toggle it to the right, it's on. And then back here, here's your Proffie board. So to access this Proffie board, you're going to need a up-angled micro USB connector, either like a ribbon cable or an adapter. And then you have your SD card over there. Down here you have 28mm bass speaker, which is pretty loud once it's enclosed inside the pommel. And then to access the battery, just unscrew the grenade grip section. So over here we have a protected 18650 battery. Got the battery holder here. We got a PCB for the thin nut connection through to the neopixel connector. To remove the battery, make sure you remove it from the positive side first, so this end. I like to grab it from the side and just kind of like wedge it out a bit, and it slides out like that. So I'm not sure if you can see, but it's marked positive there, and it's also marked negative there. And then the spring side is for the negative side, flat side of the battery, and the button side is for the button top. And then when you're inserting it, make sure you insert it the negative side first, because I have this kind of lip design in the battery holder. It helps hold the battery in a little bit tighter. So just slide it at an angle, negative side first, brace the chassis, and then just kind of compress it in. And then to turn on the saber, flip the kill switch on to the right.
Your overconfidence is your weakness.
And for the buttons, we have two buttons here. We got one for the main activation switch, and the second for the auxiliary. So the main is on top, auxiliary at the bottom, and they're both under the clamp card. So there you see your shine through the clamp. There's also one neopixel accent in there that lights up pretty much the entire clamp. So let's turn that back off. So currently I have it styled so that the crystal is kind of pulsing from like dim to on, while the main blade is off. And also the shine through in the Graflex clamp is off when the main blade is off. So let's put the grenade grip back in. So with the chassis connector there, once you have the grenade grip screwed in all the way, it's going to complete the connection between the main chassis and the neopixel connector. So just tighten that all the way. And then you can also tighten the pommel or the booster section in. So up there we have an illuminated neopixel connector for blade plug shine through. And you have shine through down here. So let's put a blade in here. Your blade retention screw is up here. It's, I believe, an M2 retention screw, and takes a M1.5 Allen key or Allen wrench. So just loosen that. Take the blade plug out. And there you'll see the neopixel connector in white solder mask. And then just take a 1-inch blade. So the emitter on this hilt is actually kind of tight. So this is a bit of a longer blade, but it's one that kind of fits once I wiggle it in enough. So if the blade is a little bit tight, you can either sand the base of the blade a bit, or since I'm just temporarily using this, I'm just gonna wiggle it in. And then I also have the neopixel connector set up for blade detection, which is what that sound was. And then if you were to remove the blade, it makes a blade disconnection sound. Let's get that back in. And then tighten down the retention screw once the blade is in and fully seated. So I'm just gonna set it down here because it's kind of long. So cycling through the fonts, the first one is LS6 from Kasith. Got blaster blocks, got smooth swing, got accent swing, flash and clash. So yeah, the blade wasn't seated in fully, so let me just wiggle that in and then tighten that down. So what happened there was it detected that blade was disconnected and it kind of cycled back into the preset. One thing to also note is that because there's the D-ring here, whenever the D-ring kind of like clashes into the hilt, that also registered as a clash. So after this demo video, maybe apply something there to help stiffen up the D-ring so it's not as floppy. So going to the rest of the fonts.
Anakin Skywalker.
So this one's the Shadow Master Light version. So I'm going to be showing off two different color variations for it. One is the lighter blue with the green mixed in, the Dodger blue. So this looks a little bit brighter than just pure blue with the green mixed in. The second one is just pure blue.
Anakin Skywalker.
So you can see there. It's a little bit dimmer in person, but it's more of a nice pure prequel series blue. Got your shine through in there. And also the crystal chamber. The crystal chamber also reflects the color of the blade.
Incorrect.
So this is the dark side version of Shadow Master. Let's put the pommel back in for that nice resonance chamber.
Bo-Katan sent me.
So with the white blade, it's a little bit harder to see the auxiliary effects, like the blaster block.
I'm Luke Skywalker.
And then looping back to the LS6 Luke font. There you go, there's your Luke V2. So I'm going to be including the config file onto the SD card. I'm also going to email that to you so you have a reference of where to start if you want to start configuring the Proffie board. If you need, also send over the instructions for FET263's prop file, how to use the saber with the 2-button operation, as well as instructions on how to edit it and add fonts if you need to. So once again, thank you so much for letting me work on this, and may the force be with you.